started getting money, living lavish in the stool every day. I done turned into a habit. Man, I had to make it happen. When I first started rapping, they said it would never happen. Poof, making money like it's magic. Every time I hop up on a beat, I turn it to a classic. These little boys screaming that they want a static. When I pull up, tell me why they started panic. Run it up, run it up.
Welcome back to Different by Default. This is another episode for season 4. How y'all doing out here? I'm your host, Kyrell. You know, I got the guys with me again. Everybody here, all
you know
present
the vibes,
in the
bro. It's always a vibe.
Why you be shut
bro?
up?
Like,
shut up.
I don't know. I had to speak on that, bro. I had to speak.
We got everybody here present and accounted for.
Why you trying to make it seem like everybody be missing episodes? We always here, bro.
Nah, it's just some episodes y'all be missing.
You see how K just went?
It gets real animated.
Had to point it out. Like,
So
I don't see nothing, bro. They always here, bro.
Got the whole gang here.
You all been here for every episode, right?
Word. Okay. Yeah.
Word.
They either here physically
Okay.
or spiritual.
You say word twice, you kind of make it sound fake. Come on.
Yeah.
What you mean? I'm just saying
You gotta
word.
lie better.
I'm just saying word.
So that out of the way, we got thank you guys for subscribing, you know, getting your friends to subscribe, you know, just getting DVD out there. We appreciate
Buying
it.
the merch.
Buying the merch.
Yeah.
Y'all remember what Curve said on the first episode, stop being cheap, you know, doing y'all thing. So without further ado, I want to introduce our guest for this episode, my cousin Mark.
Another cousin?
Appreciate.
Hey, how many
It's a family night. Family
Yo, I feel like we got your whole family here. We had
Listen, it's a real honor to be here. I appreciate y'all. Different by default. Definitely subscribe. What's that pattern you always say? Like, subscribe, and the comment. Yeah, all that good
Click
stuff.
on the bell.
All that good stuff.
It's definitely an honor to be here. So appreciate y'all for having me.
So we're going to start off the episode. You want to tell everybody about yourself? Tell them what you do?
I'll keep it short. I'm just a guy that enjoys life. You know, that's pretty much it. And just, you know, growing within myself. But, you know, as part of my career, my passion, I work in radiology. It's just something that I always had a passion for. Like, to be honest, it's kind of weird. I've been, like, in a hospital environment since I was 14, 15 years old. I tried out for the basketball, football, got cut. Didn't make the team.
When you mean? My fault. I thought you got cut into the hospital. Like, my fault.
No. Like no.
You got shanked while you was playing basketball?
No, like
And then he
a
ended up in the
concussion type
hospital.
stuff that got him into
No.
the hospital, and then his career started. My fault.
But actually, I was really accident prone when I was a kid. I used to get cuts here, got stitches here, like stitches on both my eyes. And that's how that mix of, like, my mom just throwing me into the hospital, like, listen, man, sports is not for you. And my injuries kind of made me kind of mesh with radiology, because I was getting, like, x-rays and all that stuff. So that's how I got involved in that field. And it's been blessing me ever since, man. So, yeah, man.
How long did you have to go to school for that? Like,
To be honest, listen, like, I tell people all the time, man, we got great opportunities. Community college right there, Essex County in Newark. 2 years, that 2 years changed my life. Eventually I went on to get my bachelor's, but, that opportunity, like, at community college with nursing, physical therapy, you name it, it's just crazy now with college. Is like, you gotta be careful, because, you might end up with $100,000 in debt like that. At the time, this is like, 10 years ago, I mean, still probably went up a little bit, but still, community college, you can pay it for yourself. You're not leaving no debt. So to answer your question, 2 years, your associates can get you in the door with just plain X-ray. But after that, if you want to do different things, you can always, branch off from that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
All right, so the topic today is self-mastery.
Yeah, man. That's what's up.
So
It's a good topic, man. It's a good topic. That's deep. That's deep.
that's a deep
It's a
topic.
deep topic.
All right. Let's have some fun with it then.
What do you mean by self-mastery?
Me?
Yeah.
Self mastery, like real quick, I'll tell you a quick little thing. Like my you growing up, y'all got little nicknames. Like, so my nickname I gave myself was Master Mark. Master Mark, man. That was my nickname. Just because I blew up, became a rapper, that was gonna be my name, Master Mark. And people grow onto it. Oh, what up, Master? What up, Master? And when you first hear it, it sounds like this cocky thing, like I'm some sensei. Or why am I calling you master for? But that's not my definition of it. So when I said Master Mark, it's like a reminder to myself, not the noun version, but more of the action, the verb, which is, hey, Mark, every day, remember, you got to master Mark. You got to master who you are. You gotta find out who you are. So it's not me telling you to call me master. You know, no point intended. That's an inside joke. We're not gonna talk about that. But it's yeah.
That shit really
Uncut part. Can't talk about that right now. But not some ego thing or I'm Master Mark. No, I'm talking to myself. I'm telling Mark, yo, master yourself, man. Master Mark, Master Rel, Master Curve. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy because I got like a bunch of nicknames and like the only one with a deep meaning is only one of them. So.
Well, the Tin Man.
Tin Man. Nah, see, if I tell you how many nicknames I have, bro, what's it called? You'll be astonished, bro. And that one's for football, okay?
Tin Man, the trash.
Tin Man.
kid.
Right.
But wait, what's the important one?
Danny Don.
Danny Don. All right.
Don.
Your boss.
I knew it was gonna be that
Yeah,
one,
big
bro.
There you
boss.
go.
And
There you go.
what's it called? I was deep into the 1940s or 1840s mafia stuff like that.
Okay. Listen, I actually,
The 40s.
I actually got a question for you. I was telling a coworker, I'm gonna come support my cousin, his friend, doing dope things, got a podcast. That's wild. Like your age, y'all. That's a really big thing, by the way. Like y'all are in tune with y'all time. Not to sound like an old head. I'm 34, but still, that's a huge
36.
difference. Yeah, that's a huge difference, and y'all with it. Y'all here in the studio. So wait, where y'all nigga get that name different by default?
No. Listen. When people ask this question, bro, he gonna feel cocky about it because he made up the name and like
It's a dope name, man.
and like I hate myself about it because I'm the one who gave us the idea of using it.
All right, so if you're the source, and that was the question I actually I talked to my coworker. I said, I don't know. When I get there, I'm gonna ask him. If you're different, right? So what does default mean? Default is like that default setting, whatever.
So,
Different by default. Tell me.
So the thing is, I like to make some phrases once in a while.
Okay.
I was doing it in basketball. I was playing basketball and I was saying it. And I was just saying it just to say it, you know what I'm saying? Just fun of it. But when I really thought of it, it's like we are all different from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not about to say different by birth. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking that, like, since everybody's different in their own way.
Gotcha.
Everybody had their multiple outcomes. Whatever outcomes, we have our own different paths. So from the default of ourselves, the beginning of ourselves, we are different by default. That's what made me think of it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get
So
that.
it came as something like a joke, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm different by default. But as I thought of it, I'm like, I actually like
You really are different by default.
There you go. Everybody.
We all unique in our own ways, and that's the kind of the path I'm on. It's kind of similar. It's just even at my age, I'm just still
Learning.
figuring out who you are, what you like. Those are really, really important questions to ask. And when you ask people who they are, man, I'm like, it's very interesting to get the response. And it's like, do you even know who you are? You just think that you're the person you hear, like that we're having a conversation, so you hear me, I know Mark. Nah, it's it's so many different levels. Like your mouth, you bite into some food, you have taste. That's just one part of you. You know what I'm saying? Your voice is just a part of you, which is your mind. You got a whole different aspect to you. So that's the thing I'm on. Just growing myself, mastering myself, and love. It's another part of self mastery.
So you call yourself nickname Master Mark.
A long time ago, yeah.
A long time ago. Do you still say it now?
Actually, I do to myself. Yeah, absolutely.
So with that, you're saying that, hey, you got to master yourself. Do you feel that you have mastered yourself, or you're still growing to master yourself?
Yeah, absolutely not have mastered myself. Definitely growing. I feel, well, first of all, to answer your question, I don't think that, not to say you can't master yourself, but at the same time, I feel like even if you did got to a level where you felt like whole, you're still living alive, and it's a lifelong,
Still growing and
lifelong
still
journey. Yeah,
changing.
definitely. So
I feel like you kind of knew the answer to that question, but
Yeah.
it's going to lead into my question, so it's good.
all right.
Well, throughout this current journey, how much time do you say you spend self-reflecting to improve upon?
How how much time I take
to self-reflect?
Well, for me personally, I like to take. Well, aside of prayer, we come from a huge religious, background, but I like to take time in the morning, and I like to take time, like I switch it up either after work or before I go to bed, just to really just like reflect. And sometimes I get some downtime at work, and I bring my notepads at work, and I just be like coming up with new different concepts in my head. For example, like very recently, it's kind of personal, but I'll talk about it. Like when I say who I am, right, or who you are, right? How do you really define it? And the best way I define it is, I got my spirit, I got my soul, I got my body, and it's just, which part of that is you. So I take at least 2 times a day to just kind of sit back, reflect, kind of like meditate.
With that being said, like, this is a broad question for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody here knows us. Like, y'all know DBD. Y'all been with us for 4 seasons. If y'all don't know us, I don't know what y'all doing.
Y'all just catch up.
Yeah, just catch up.
Yeah, man.
There's 4 other seasons on YouTube. Y'all got it.
Yeah.
We just learned about Mark. So describing ourselves is it's kind of self-explanatory. So what do you think about yourself? Like, so for example, K, what do you think about K? Like, what sets K out to be K? Tan, what do you think about yourself that makes you feel like you can be Kenzo, Saga, whatever the case may be?
Tag go first, yo.
And same thing for you. And Irvine and myself.
Yeah.
So whoever wants to start it off, y'all go ahead.
What do you think about yourself?
Yeah. What do you think about yourself?
Like,
What
you
sets
gonna
you
have the
apart?
most direct answer.
I feel like when I think about myself, I think about a person before he steps. I'm about to sound. Before I take a step in doing things, I always branch out for contingencies. What's it called? And I always see the success. Now, the contingency outweighs the success of what I'm going to do. I don't see myself doing it. So every time I do something in life, or I plan on doing something in life, I make sure that those have a balance in each other. That's what I see in myself. Other than that, what's it called? I see that life is too short to hold things and take grudges, and I just try to live the best of it as much as I can.
I love that, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
Forgiveness, man. That's a good one.
It's very difficult to describe yourself.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot of time. It's always changing. So the best way I could describe myself is somebody that's going through this trial and error of life, trying to figure out how to, make himself fit into it. I want to say in the sense of, like, fit to please, but like just where do I put myself in this world, like, and what do I leave behind? That's kind of how I look at it.
All right. With me personally, growing up, just being that kid in someone else's shadow is it's been like being able to branch out. So ever since I was little, I've always believed that you got to learn how to run before you can walk, or like learn how to run before you can crawl, or whatever the case may be. I'm always my first plan of attack is attack. Like, I'm a pretty basic guy. It's just been like I don't see. Like, I see the failure in things. Like, I'm very optimistic, but it's just like whatever the rate of success is, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to go get it. And I can't be stopped if I go do it. So that's just how I am. Irvine?
I was thinking about Diddy just now when he just said it. Whatever I want, I gotta get.
Whatever
up to you. It's up to
I
you.
want, I get.
All right, yeah. I mean, I guess I could say, I guess I got 2 descriptions for myself. I guess sometimes I'm like I describe myself more of like a broken mirror, trying to, like, some pieces don't exactly fit anymore, but I'm trying to still piece back the mirror together to get a full image. Or I could say I'm more like a jigsaw puzzle with mixed pieces. You got some beautiful images in there. There's some nice little elements of, and within the art. But once as you put the pieces together, you see there's some irregular pieces in there that just don't fit with the person that with the person that you see with the images that you see with everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's a lot of good and there's some fucked up parts of it.
Dang.
And so,
Can't lie. That question was real deep. I like the question. Everybody's going to get answers. I'm like, dang, I really got to step back. Because for me, it's like
it's deep, right?
deep. You kind of go through life. I feel like more people will ask you, hey, what do you think of them? And then you're thinking about how to describe someone else, then you're having to describe your own self.
Right.
So for self-mastery, for me, I think how I view myself would kind of have to be this person going through life that knows that there's many trials, many tribulations, many good things that are going to happen, and you're just trying to go each day, and you're trying to live through that and trying to be able to learn from it. So there's always going to be mistakes, so I'm trying to learn from those mistakes each and every day and trying to grow from that, really, because I can't really tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. Can't tell you what's going to happen in the next 30 seconds, but I'm just going to learn from it and keep going from it.
That's dope. That's dope.
Okay, so we all know, like, all right, wow. We all described ourselves. We all know the idea that we set for ourselves. So what is your key? Like, what is your personal key to your self-mastery? So who wants to start it off?
How would you break that down?
All right,
Question
so
a little
what
bit
is-
more.
I'll tell you that I'm looking for the key right now. To be
So
honest.
what is your key to your self-mastery, and why is it so important to you? Like, this is the next step of improving myself. This is the next step of, okay, I'm the ultimate version of Tan. I'm the ultimate and best version of June. Like,
I don't know, because
Okay.
with that question, it's like...
my answer to that, my fault for cutting everybody off, is try and be better. You know, like, I don't think there's really any. I mean, yeah, there's keys. We have discipline. I'm saying a bunch of answers. I'm just gonna go with like try to be better. Like, put the effort into it, because as you keep on growing, as you keep on getting older, keep on getting the experience, you're gonna learn more. You're gonna learn how to, be better. You're gonna learn how to, whatever you're trying to do, work better in that field, whatever. Like, I don't have a true answer, because it's just I gotta keep on trying. That's it.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback off of him, it's just like we might have keys, and then the keys we set when we attain them, we want to keep going more. For all of us here, when we set a goal, we're gonna get to that goal, and then we're gonna get here and we'll be like, dang, this was easy. I want more. I want to keep going. So it's like, for me, I say my key would be, for me, like, I don't know if it's really a key, but it's just I'm gonna keep going no matter what it will be. So keeping going through everything that I'm going through. That's really it.
For me, I kind of reflect on every situation. Like, once in a while, I sit back and, like, an event occurs in my mind. And then I think about the choices that I made, whether it was good, whether it was bad. And then I think back, like, was that choice right or that choice was wrong? And then sometimes it's yes or no, and sometimes it's like, the situation that was thrown to me made me made that choice. It wasn't like it was wrong or right. It was the situation that was thrown to me that made me do that choice. Or it's just yes or no. So I kind of I look back at my past like deep. Even the ones the fragment of them. I think back of it, I like ask my mind, like, oh, how was this or this and that? I like reflecting deep into my past. Just, to teach myself more about
Yeah, exactly.
It really isn't no key for me. It's not as deep as just it's not as easy as just moving on. I gotta face trauma. That's what I feel like it really is. I just gotta face whatever I've been through here. Just to sum it all up. It ain't really about a key. It ain't no key to find anything. It's just facing whatever happened to me in the past and acknowledging all of that, and then take it step by step from there. I believe everybody thinks that they have the key to something or something that works for them, and half the time people be wrong. You only use 1% of your brain. You don't know what the hell you really need half the time. So I just feel like that. Just face your trauma and just step by step.
See, I really like all your answers, and it's dope because that's kind of what got me thinking the way I do. And I always looked for what's next. I always look for, next year, and I want to do this, I want to do that. And it's at the end of the day, what are you really, chasing? What are you really going after? And I don't know what y'all want. I just know for myself, the best conclusion I came up with to the root of everything is like just happiness, right? Love. Not to say like these cliche things, but like what does that like really mean,
Yeah.
right? What does that really mean? What does love really mean? Like what's really happiness? So like let's try to like define it, right? So love for me, right? Self-mastery, all that put together is, so I work in radiology, right? Every single day I'm imaging bodies, right? I started doing like, x-rays, but then I started getting into CAT scans and MRIs, and it's like 3D of like your whole liver. I'm like, damn, wow, like your body's really doing that? Like you go out and drink and your body's like, oh damn, I gotta take care of this guy again, right? And just nonstop. So for me, self-mastery, love, happiness, it just comes down to, you knowing yourself. Like, all these sports stats and this company and this, this tabloid, this. But, I mean, it's not fair for me to be like, yo, can you name every bone in your body? Because I work in that field. That's not fair. But at the same time, how well do you really know yourself? So for me, the best definition of happiness I found was, if I'm ever down, if I'm ever not feeling well, if I ever feel like I know how to make myself happy really fast. And that formula for me is, first, just love yourself, right? Just love yourself in the sense of like, yo, listen, don't try to be like nobody else. Really just love yourself, right? Don't envy nobody else, or you're not this, you're not that. And if you can, take your own time and meditate on that a little bit and just really like value, like a perfect example, a plant. You got a different plant. Like no one says that this dog is ugly. No one says any baby is ugly, but we get so involved with society and what everyone else says, and then you tend to agree with them, and then we say this is cool, this is not cool. You got to forget all that and really be like, yo, I really am dope. You really are dope, just the way you are. Just the way you are dope. Because you said it, you're different by default, right? So ain't nobody like you. No one can make another version of you. Once I do that, like, yo, I'm dope, man. I'm really dope.
I like how you said that, because 6th grade, this is when the word style was a thing. People were clowning each other about what sneakers. Because I went to
Ain't got no drip.
I went to Hart Middle, and like our uniform was burgundy and gray slacks. So the sneakers was everything. So I had I wear the same. I think it was like the same Air Force, black Air Force. This is where black Air Force was a thing too.
Right.
All the time, everybody was clowning me about it. Da 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 da. And I was pressing my mom, not knowing her situation at the time of expensive, because someone else were clowning me for something I was wearing, and
then if you had big feet though, you would have known. Cause big feet make you shut the hell up quick. You automatically, like even if your parent got the money to get the shoes, they be like, "What? Your damn shoes cost $230. Goddamn, you better shut the fuck up and take them A1s."
What's it called? Yeah. So 7th grade, that's where I learned the word like relentless. Mm-hmm. Like you can say this about me, you can say this about me, you can say this. I'm gonna hear it every day, but I don't care.
Good.
I'm who I am.
Right.
Like, I'm cheap because I want to be cheap. Not because, I can afford it. Why spend on something so much that's not going to last?
Right.
Why have real glasses when I can have
Fake ones.
Because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I don't really care for society that much, or their thought process of everything, because it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah, but you living for you.
Yeah.
You living your life. You free. And that's what I chase. I chase freedom. And the other side of that's after, keep doing what you're doing, right? I like that, right? The other side of it is now, okay, cool. I love myself. I know, I'm every day finding who I am. The other side of it, for me, by the way, the equation is now I gotta love everything outside my body, right? I gotta love all y'all, right? I gotta love the person next to me. Just someone, it sounds crazy, but like, someone can come at you in some way, like you said, clown you, even to the extreme, man. Put some, we all have our different views on that, but someone put hands on you. but your reaction is key. And I think earlier you talked about like forgiveness or something, but when I love myself and I love everything on the outside, man, the product of that equation is happiness. Like there's no better feeling. And another way to put it is unconditional love. Like I don't know if how y'all in relationships or not, but most relationships, is conditional. Yeah. I love you because you do this for me, or I'll give you my love if you do that for me. And it's, do y'all even know like the difference between like conditional and unconditional love?
Not really.
I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying.
Conditional means like, we work at the same job. Hey, listen, I don't got a car. Yo, we can be friends, because you take me to work. It's based off of, I like you based off of what you do for me. That's condition, right? It's condition. Unconditional is, my definition is, no matter what you do, that's you in your world, I'm in my world. Yo, bro, I still love you, man. Like whatever you do to me, that can't change how I feel about you. That's power right there. That's self-control. I own myself. If I give you power to change how I feel, I don't control myself. So my unconditional love is no matter what you do to yourself or me, I still love you, man. That's what I mean by that.
Crazy. I've been getting a lot.
What's that phrase? He who angers me controls me.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know who made it up. I don't know. I'll look it up later.
I don't know. I breathe off anger. I live off anger. That is how I'm staying alive right now.
Anger?
Yeah.
Okay. What you mean by that? Like passion? Like
All types of anger. I'm just an angry person. Like, I embody anger. Like, I'm always angry. Like, it's from...
You angry right now?
Stuff. Yeah, always.
Okay.
Even when I'm smiling and stuff, I'm always angry deep down inside.
Okay.
Like, it can switch from, like say... Especially, I got a respect issue. Like, say it's like somebody was... disrespect me. It's not like I actively... It's like an instinct. Like, I automatically flip a switch and I get up... I
they used to call me Mr. Petty, man. I know.
Yeah, basically, I'm just like that. And then... Ever since I was young, like I if I get too angry, I black out. Like I have a serious issue controlling my anger, and it's come from experiences. But It's also come from, I don't know. It's something like deeper.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I spend a lot of time by myself. Like I like to sit in my house and just like spend time watching videos and stuff. Like either it's motivational or I'm just watching videos to keep me calm, and, keep me up to date on stuff. I like to learn stuff to keep me relaxed. But I got a lot of I don't know where a lot of it comes from. I just I try to keep it down to a certain level so I could learn to live and do other shit.
Yeah, I hear you. Listen, you got multi-millionaire. You ever wonder why like Diddy sometimes
I'll pull it up.
I don't know why good. Oh yeah, you ever know sometimes with Diddy you talk about love and I'm love because at some point, right? That money, all that money itself, success is a very interesting, definition too. Like, what do you call success? Someone who has, a million, someone has a multi-million-dollar company and they're not pursuing their passion, versus a teacher going to school to going to college to become a teacher because she wants to do that. Those are two different scenarios, So, the best definition of success that I've ever heard was success is the progressive realization of a worthy idea, and you're working towards that. Like I'm a teacher because I want to be a teacher. I work in radiology because I want to do it, and not because someone influenced me to do it. And at the end of the day, you're not going to be, happy with yourself. But that anger, that passion you talk about inside, a real quick funny story, not a funny story, but one time I was at work and some doctor pissed me off, right? I was doing something and, doctors make mistakes too. So I had to help, I helped this person and got really upset for me, pointing out the mistake, which I was trying to do respectfully. And I got really upset at that person. And this nurse told me some great advice, man. She said, Mark, man, you're a great guy, but don't ever let anybody have that type of power over you. So when you're angry, when you're upset, either two things going on. It's either you're mad at yourself or you're giving somebody power over you. Now, does somebody deserve that?
No.
Not to bring up that inside joke about the slave thing, but does like why hand over the keys of your emotion like to anybody? And
That's kinda why-
listen. I'm 10 years your senior. I've been through that. I'm not giving anybody that type of power over me.
That's kind of why my
Can kinda
last
play around with me
question
like
said
that, huh?
I feel like a broken mirror trying to because of the anger.
Right? Yeah,
I feel like a
I hear
broken
you.
mirror.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But the other side, that thing that you're chasing, you're chasing. It's not money. It's freedom. It's happiness, and that's freedom to me. You know.
All right. So with self mastery, it comes a lot of like self evaluation in a sense,
Yeah.
and with self evaluation, like to critique yourself, to check off boxes and stuff like that. I think that's pretty hard for anyone to do. To just like sit there and be like, "Yo, I did this wrong. I did that wrong," and this is where I need to improve. And this is where I'm already good at this, but I could still better myself at.
Right.
So, with that being said, like, where is your where do you see your self-esteem at? Where do you see your confidence in yourself?
100% confidence, but also 0% confidence at the same time. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, I have 100%. Like, I am conceited as a motherfucker. I got 100%. Like, conceited in everything I do. I have confidence in everything I do, but at the same time, I double think and I doubt everything I do at the same time. Like, I know I could do it, but at the same time, I'll still just be doubting it every second of the way. Like,
Okay.
oh, I'm not that good. I can't do this. Oh, my God, I'm in over my head. But then the whole time, I'm doing it perfectly fine. As I say, my self-esteem is high but low at the same time. Like, it's like two little voices. Like, one of them is always on your side, leading you the right way, and the other one's saying like, "Nah, bro, you fucking up. Like, you ain't shit."
You got something that you like, good at a game or something that you know how to do. Like it's something that you know how to do right now. Like something like anything like.
I'm good at gaming. I'm good at drawing. I'm good at a lot of things. I write lyrics, but like, I got like, I want to say, like, I'm gonna keep it 100% honest. I always get like shy. Like, I could say it in front of friends, but I'm like overly shy when it comes to like
To
on stage
outside
and
people.
shit.
Yeah, that's me
Like,
too.
and crazy. I did chorus and shit for years.
Okay,
Had
okay.
no problem doing it on stage. But like, say if I get a solo or something, I'll do the solo perfectly. Fuck up a little part.
Yeah.
I did that shit like
I hear
3
you.
times.
Yeah. Because I'm kind of the same way you are, but I'm gonna just, I guess, describe it a little different. Because you actually asked a 2-part question. Because I have high confidence. What's confidence, right? Confidence is, hey, listen, I know how to do this. For example, right? I work in radiology, right? I'm super confident because I in my head I'm probably the best in the nation. That's not trying to like big up like, yo, I'm the best.
But you have to have confidence.
No,
So, yeah.
I really think that. Like I really like when I'm going on vacation, I come back. It's like, okay, I'm here. I can do it for y'all. So, but that's because I've practiced that though. I've been doing it for a decade. So I'm confident in that because I've practiced it. I've done it over and over. So if you say, hey, Mark, can you go do that exam? Hey, no problem. I did it 10,000 times. That's confident. Confident in my ability to do this task, that one thing. Self-esteem is a whole different thing now. Self-esteem.
It's more than just confidence.
Self-esteem is, how much do you value yourself? Yeah. So, even myself, like my confidence is really high. I'm confident when talking to someone I don't know. I go to vacations. I'll just go to Cuba. Like a couple years ago, I just went to Cuba. Just me, just went. But self-esteem, that's something that
like it's something
is
that
kind of
changes.
low
It
because
changes.
now it's like, how do I value myself? And I feel like I could be taken. We all feel like we can be taking care of ourselves a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
Right. You feel like, damn, I come in like you were saying, damn, I could have been doing this, or damn, I should have been doing that. That's self-esteem. And
Damn, I could have not chosen to wear that bright ass jacket.
But, all right, with me, like I said, growing up in someone else's shadow, my confidence wasn't always that high. My self-esteem was never that high. It was just like, it was always like, all right, as long as this person's right here, as long as Polo's right here, I'm good. I could just live off this image. But once I got into high school, Polo wasn't there to hold my hand. Like, I had to make my own image. I had to figure out what does Cairo bring to the table?
Right.
Like, what do I do? So, figured all that out. If you ask me where my confidence is at, it's not in this universe. Like, it's eons away. Like, I'm the most confident person in here. Like, if there's anything you want to do, we can do it. Like, I was just having an argument with somebody from my sister church. You want to go, like, you want to have a competition in any sport, we could do it. We could do bird watching. Like, you could spot a falcon, I'll spot an eagle. Like, we'll go. Like, what's up? Yeah. Like, but that being said,
Hold on. I like to hear from Herb.
For that question, I've come to learn I will always doubt myself until I do it. As soon as that first time happens and I do it, it's a wrap. I know what I'm doing. I become confident. Just like this podcast. The first episode we did, we was all nervous. After that, we was all green. I think the only person that had a problem was Tank. He kept laughing. And
he kept laughing for a season.
I just think called
the season some change.
Yeah,
the butterflies.
Yeah, butterflies.
I just like randomly just laugh before the we couldn't start the set because I would just laugh.
Like before the set, I'd just be like, "Go ahead, Tan, laugh." just laugh.
Listen, you gotta keep trying. You gotta keep making. See, that's the thing. Like, we gotta not be afraid to make mistakes, right? Your last episode, Kurt was talking about this guy is a comedian. How listen, how hard that is. Yo, you gotta make mistakes. You gotta to get better. You gotta make mistakes, but the other part, sometimes people are afraid to fall, and the other side of failure is success. You know what I'm saying?
That was me in high school, yo.
Shit, me in high school.
Nah, man. I was a different
breed.
Stopping me. Like, in front of everybody, I was breathing, like, confidence. I was just, like, one of the most uppity persons in school, yo.
Next to me.
Behind doors, I was freaking out. I was having temper tantrums and everything. Like, yo.
I'm sorry.
I was fucking my life up.
After junior year.
I was not doing the right shit in high school.
After junior year, once I became a senior, I was like, yeah. I'm the most electrifying Haitian in this world. I don't care what nobody say. You can't stop me. I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is. And having K in my life, it was just like, all right, this is someone who, like, the confidence radiates off each other. It's always bouncing off each other. So it's always like, K is pushing me to be better.
You're fortunate you caught me after I was out of my quiet phase, yo.
I was like, yo, we always me and K know each other for like 11 years. So it's like, once my confidence came through the roof, it was just like, I have someone to like bounce off of, like, and it's just constantly going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it did turn me into a better person. Like,
right.
I could be as confident as I could be, but it also taught me humility. It also taught me to be humble. But
I honestly think we made a monster.
Uh-oh.
I honestly think we made a monster. A little too.
I'm like I said,
a little too real now.
That's electrifying.
See, but that's dope because it seemed like for the most part, I think once you get confidence, it's great. On average, like we're like, especially men, like we told, like, listen, you got no choice. You want to get this job. You want to meet this woman. You want to do this. You need confidence. So we push confidence, but the self-esteem isn't really until you get home from school.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you got home from school, you got home from college, you got home for your job. How do you look at yourself? You talk about the mirror. Now, when you put that perspective, like, damn, are you keeping it a buck with yourself? I can go to school, I can go to here on a podcast, I can put on a performance. I got my confidence through the roof. But and that's something I got to do myself. The self-esteem is, damn, by definition, the value, how you value yourself. So you got to put that together. You can't be like, yeah, I'm Master Mark. I'm the man, and I go home by myself and I'm like sad. You gotta make it real, make it genuine. Love yourself first. Give yourself that self-esteem. So then when you put on that confidence, you feel like, first of all, I love myself first, and now I can show you who I am and what I bring to the table.
Sure. I think
so.
Growing up, I think I tried to find love in outside people. I had a lot of fucked up situations growing up. That's where it kind of comes into where it's kind of, I put more love outside than I do into myself a lot of times.
Damn, that's a whole nother podcast. We're gonna be here for a whole nother hour.
That's a whole nother story.
Because
I like this. We got to do self mastery part 2. I ain't going.
Oh yeah, for real.
All right.
But real. Can I answer real quick? All right. that's a huge problem that most people make is, like, all right, cool. Like, yo, I'm about to have a party next week. Yo, I need you to make me some lasagna, bring it to the house. This guy never made lasagna a day of his life, right? The day of the party, I got the ingredients, and he just kind of trying to figure it out. Is that kind of messed up? He should just said, yo, man, I don't know how to make lasagna.
Yeah.
Right? Or, and that's what you do in a relationship when you don't love yourself. When you don't know how to love yourself, right? You never even loved yourself.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get involved with somebody else, right? And and just figure it out.
Yeah.
And just figure it out. So you don't even love yourself. You don't know how to love yourself. You never made the ingredients of love. So you don't even know what it looks like. So now you're just looking for love in someone else, and you just handing them over the keys of your happiness, and that's just the wrong way to do it. In my my lifetime, I figured out that the first step is I gotta learn how to cook. I gotta learn what love is. Cool. I really do love myself. Now, when I meet somebody, it's not the first time I'm doing this. I've done this already. I already love myself. Now I can love you.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the product I was saying earlier of me loving myself and me loving everything outside my body, that's what brings me happiness. That's what makes me happy, right? If I'm sad, cool, Mark. I love you, Mark, and I love all of y'all. Oh, cool. So then what's to be upset about? So that happiness that you have, another part that people make a mistake of, their happiness, like they hand it to somebody and be like,
there you go.
nah, you don't, no one supposed to make you happy other than yourself. Other than yourself. And that's the last thing I wanted to say. Like, don't hand over the keys to your happiness to somebody else.
That's why y'all shouldn't put me on these episodes, bro. I be having them talking too much. Yeah.
You do your thing. I'm okay with that.
Run late.
So this is a pretty dope episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
For sure, man.
Got anything else you want to say before you dip out?
Listen, no, I'm afraid to say anything because it might go on for another 15 more minutes. But real quick, man, yo, I love all y'all. Yo, I'm proud of y'all. This is really dope. Listen, like I said, I got a decade on y'all, and this is some stuff I used to sit home and dream. Like, damn, man, I can make a music video. Y'all really doing it, man. That's a really big thing. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. After that, what you gonna do? You're just gonna grow, right? So keep doing y'all thing, man. I'm proud of y'all.
All right, with that being said, that was episode DVD. Keep buying your merch. Keep subscribing. Get your friends subscribed. Do all that good stuff. Until next time, stay different by default. DBD, you know me.
Different by default, yo.
Run it up, run it up, run it up. Whole lot of money in the tuck, tryna double up. I ain't in the lane with nobody, I'm on some other stuff. Black tinted windows, we pull up.